welcome to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. There's some big news coming up in today's video where we are going to be going through the latest on the Barcelona front. We've got some confirmed news, we've got some speculation, and towards the end of this video, it's not all serious here. We are going to have some fun and games. I'm going to be building there my best Barcelona 23 and under team. That was a suggestion from one of you guys, and I really appreciate your thoughts as always. But before we get to the fun, let's deal with the serious stuff. It's the news. Let's do it. And of course, the big news this morning in Barcelona is the official confirmed deal of Carles Aleñá, who is going to be leaving the club this January. We were speculating about it. We didn't know whether he was going to go, whether he was going to stay, whether he was going to try and fight for his place, or whether he's going to be given an opportunity in this team. But he has decided to go on loan to Real Betis in La Liga, and I've got to say, I'm very disappointed that Aleñá is going. I'm disappointed that he hasn't been given a real chance at Barcelona this season, when we've seen when he has played what he can do. But I am happy that he said, you know what, I want to go and play, and that's what he's going to do. He's gone there to Real Betis. It's a 6-month loan deal until the end of the season, and the biggest thing, the most positive thing about this loan deal, there is no purchase option. Real Betis do not have the chance to sign Aleñá permanently. He's not going to be staying there any longer than his 6-month loan. After that is over, he'll hopefully come back with some confidence, he'll have had some game time, he'll have more experience, and he'll be ready to fight for his place at Barcelona in the first team next season. Well, that's the aim anyway. And I think, to be honest, you look here at the tweet from Carles Aleñá, he's very excited, I feel, to actually go and play. I think this season he's got to feel hard done by. For the start of the season, he was hardly played under Valverde. He was cast aside. He wasn't even in the mind of the coach. But now he's got the chance to go to a La Liga team who I think have been below par so far this season, Real Betis. They're going to be hoping for a better second half of the season. And I think Carles Aleñá there is going to get some good game time. He's going to be playing there in front of 50,000 people every single week in the home game. It's going to be a very, very big atmosphere for him to handle, and it's going to be a great experience for him there, going to Betis, and hopefully he can play really, really well. And I think at the back of his mind, he's going to be thinking, when I come back to Barcelona following the summer of 2020, is Arturo Vidal going to be here? Is Ivan Rakitic going to be here? Even, is Ernesto Valverde going to be here? So when he comes back from this loan, if he can impress at Betis, he could be coming back in very different circumstances when he'll have another chance next season to stake his claim for that midfield spot. And of course, I think I speak for absolutely every single one of us when I say, Carles Aleñá, the very, very best of luck, and we'll be seeing you soon. But on the subject of midfielders, and in particular there having mentioned Arturo Vidal, and the fact now we all assume that he'll probably be staying at Barcelona beyond the January transfer window, but that doesn't exactly mean that everything's rosy right now with Vidal at the club, because according here to a report coming out in Spain, Vidal has taken legal action against Barcelona, with the Chilean midfielder believing that he's due certain bonuses from his contract, apparently worth around 2.4 million euros, and that he feels hasn't been paid. Barcelona don't agree. Well, of course they don't. They don't really want to pay those bonuses because Barcelona believe that Vidal has actually misinterpreted his own contract and he's not actually liable to receive those bonuses. But Vidal there, very unhappy. He has taken legal action. He was even asked about it and he said, yes, you know what? We are currently going down that road. He said it's nothing to do with me right now. My representatives and my lawyers will take care of this. But he said it's unfair to me. That money seems to be missing. And I just find this really, really strange. The fact this seems to happen at Barcelona. We're going to come on to a person in a minute who sued the club for a lot more than 2.4 million euros. We're of course talking about Neymar. That's something, again, unpaid bonuses that relates to Barcelona, and it seems like this happens far too much for such an elite club. Now, I don't know whether Vidal is in the right, is in the wrong. All that I know is these kind of things, either way, should be kept in-house. I'm not really sure why this story is out there in the media. If there is a bit of a dispute, if there is something that's unresolved, surely there you sort it out behind the scenes. There's not real need to really blow it up into a public feud. And I'm surprised here with the fact that Vidal may be staying, but suddenly now all of this has come out. We'll have to wait and see what happens. We do now move on, though, to the speculation, and of course, in this morning's papers, that photo. If you haven't seen it already, I am going to bring it to you here. Sport and MD running there with the Trident theme, the MSN theme across both of their headlines. The picture there of Messi, Suarez, and Neymar back together, and that photo was taken just yesterday. You can see their Sport going with Trident Impact and MD there as well, really focusing on that meeting again, the reunited Messi, Suarez, Neymar combination. And it was very interesting because yesterday, of course, it was the 10th anniversary there of Luis Suarez and his wife. They had a party, they had a get-together there in Uruguay. And Neymar has flown all the way out there to Uruguay to go to that event. And you can clearly see he's still good friends. He's good friends with Messi, he's good friends with Suarez. He went there to be with them in this special occasion. And looking at that photo, I said it yesterday on Twitter, it brings back so many memories. We can reminisce about all the incredible times we had with MSN. But it also makes me so angry because you look at that and you think, Neymar, why did you leave? Why did you tear yourself away from not only two phenomenal players, not only they're an incredible trio, but two good friends? You turned your back on them to go to PSG, and for what? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And every time I see them together, I think the same thing. But Sport follow up there by saying that Neymar jumped at the chance there to be reunited again with Messi and Suarez, just like he did in the summer when he was at an event there. And apparently this time around, Sport once again say that Neymar, when he was there, he spoke again of his desire to return to the Camp Nou. He said he still wants to come back. Where they get their information from, maybe they were a fly on the wall in the party, but they say Neymar still wants to return. And like I keep saying, Barcelona have that door still wide open. And just so we do move on there to the under-23 Barcelona team that I've selected, I've got to bring you some news here on Marc-Andre ter Stegen, Mundo Deportivo this morning, coming out there with a few lines on his future at Barcelona, because they say that Bayern Munich, Juventus and PSG have all been knocking on ter Stegen's door recently and basically saying, look, we'd love to have you, but ter Stegen, he's not interested. And I've got to say, that's one thing with ter Stegen that I've never really been in doubt of. He always wants to remain at Barcelona. He's been very, very loyal to us. And I think certainly he wants to stay here no matter about who else wants his signature. Because for me with ter Stegen, it's not just about being out there on the pitch. He's a phenomenal goalkeeper. He loves playing for the shirt of Barcelona. But I also get the feeling that he loves the city. He loves living in Barcelona. He's acclimatized absolutely beautifully to the city of Barcelona. And according to MD, Barcelona in 2020 plan on renewing ter Stegen, giving him a long contract and keeping him at Barcelona for as long as possible. But if we now move on to this Barcelona 23 and under 11, because I was given an absolutely brilliant request here, basically asking me to make a Barcelona team there, a starting 11 of under 23-year-olds connected with the club. And I've bent the rules just slightly on this one because my team technically is not under 23, it is going to be 23 and under. Because one player in there was on the very borderline at 23 years old. I've included him. But this right here is my starting 11, Barcelona 23 and under. Just look at that. Let me talk you through it here. Iñaki Peña in goal. Junior Firpo, like I say, there just about makes the cut. The two centre-backs, I feel, very, very talented. We've seen Araujo very briefly this season, and he did impress in that time. Jean-Claire Todibo, of course, is a player that we rate so highly. Waggy as well there, right back. And look at that midfield. Look at those triangles. Look at those combinations in midfield. Frenkie de Jong holding, Arthur Melo, Ricky Puig, and then Carles Aleñá here in the advanced area, but dropping in there to link up with the midfield. You've got the pace and the youth there of Ansu Fati, and then Carlos Perez out on that right-hand side, who can provide you with goals. He can be an inside forward at times. He can come in here very, very good in front of goal and very good as well in making runs in behind. And I think that's such an exciting team. It's the kind of team that you'd love to see in a Copa del Rey game. It's the kind of game you'd love to see if at the end of the season, we got points to spare, maybe a little easy team at home. You'd love to see something like this just to see how they get on. Young players there, putting faith in them, having belief in them, because you look at those names out there, you look at the talent on show, there's good players there. There are good quality players. All they need is a chance. And at Barcelona, we've got to start giving it to them because the talent, it's obvious. So that there, guys, concludes today's video. I hope, as always, that you did enjoy it. Please do leave your thoughts in the comments down below on everything that we have discussed. And of course, I don't even need to say it, but there's going to be more videos coming soon. Thanks, as always, for your incredible support. But until next time, as always, Vasca El Barça. Barça!